I always knew, and very smart people, and by smart I mean stupid, that's called sarcasm. They would say to me, "Oh, Sir Jerome Powell." I didn't know who the hell Jerome Powell was a decade ago. Frankly, I don't even know if Jerome Powell's family knew who he was. He's a boring, low charisma, sort of nerd. We call him a rhino. He's one of those, I wear business suits and I make my business people happy, so they let me do what I want. But you always struck me as somebody with low talent, zero charisma, and frankly, uh, stupid on many economy things like uh, dollars and cents. Also, you can't forget the cents, and other stocks, all the money type issues, all the issues that are financial. Some people say finance, other people say uh, economics. Some people say, well, excuse me, you can pronounce it a lot of different ways, and I can say them any way I really want. But I always was suspicious of Jerome Powell because that's the name of a black, okay? And it's not even close. That's not one of those Shannon, is it a strong jacked black guy or is it a hot white chick kind of names where you're like, I don't know, Shannon's could be, they got boxers and football players named Shannon, but you've also got strong porn women named Shannon. So they're named Jerome Powell. You ask anybody, you ask a black for Trump, you ask Stephen Miller, you ask anybody, Martin Taylor Greene, anybody, and they'll say, oh, that's a black. And then in comes this very deceptive, nerdy, boring white guy. And, Jerome Powell, he sounds like he should be playing power forward in the 1970s or something. And instead, and that's a sign. We call that a sign. Remember Ace of Base? Remember they tried to warn us? They saw the sign and we didn't do anything about it. And that's frankly why I had to get elected president again, because a lot of people saw the signs and other people didn't. And uh, well, it's called signs. And when a guy is as white as and this is a white bread white guy, Jerome Powell, has a secret name that he's trying to fool you into thinking he's a black, then this is not somebody you can trust. It's called trust. When you have finance money people, you got to trust them. If you don't trust people with your money and your stocks and your reserve, I don't what the hell is the Federal Reserve anyway? What the is it a bank? Then why don't you call it the bank, the federal bank? We call it the Federal Reserve. It's to confuse people. I'm not confused, but it's to confuse other people. I'm not confused though. And so I think we should probably, if Jerome Powell, okay, here's the thing. If Jerome Powell's family wants him to be black so bad and gives him a name, instead of a name like Thurston Powell III, remember him from uh, Gaylord's Island? Remember that show? I liked, I was always a Ginger fan. That's Marianne was okay. But anyway, and then Coolio, remember Coolio? He was a black for Trump, rest in peace. I think he was. Well, if he wasn't, then rest in hell. But if he was a black for Trump, I remember he had that song, Gaylord's Paradise. I've been wasting all my time doing Michelle Pfeiffer in a gay paradise. Remember that? That was like, God, they don't make rap like that anymore. No, they don't. They don't make the rap. Oh, boy. Now we've got, I don't know what, the baby and baby shark and all the other babies doing rap. But maybe that's what's causing, maybe the babies doing rap is what's causing the autism. We should talk to Bobby Jr. about that. It might be the babies doing rap. Well, you don't know unless you look into it. But if Jerome Powell's family, instead of naming him a nice white name, want him to be black, so much like Kamala, he wants to be black. Well, if he wants to be black, then maybe we should treat him like a black and send cops to his reserve, his Federal Reserve, also known as a bank, and maybe he gets, who knows, jail, maybe worse. But we're not fans of Jerome Powell. He's a horrible guy, and he's even worse at his job than he is a person. So we're gonna have to do things about him very soon. Maybe peacefully, maybe violently, maybe worse. But horrible guy.